Alright guys, Ken Carson's been dropping some fire songs recently, so today, me and my bro O are going to be cooking up some beats for Ken Carson and showing you guys the process from start to finish, from the melody all the way to the drums. And also just to note that all the sounds that O used in the loop are going to be included in an analog lab bank that's up and coming. It'll be out for you guys very soon in our upcoming kit website. There's also a free demo, the link is going to be in the description. If you don't know me already, I'm EQ and I'm a 14-year-old #1 Billboard charting producer from New York, and today I'm going to be making the beat with my bro O, who's 16 and from LA. Yeah guys, I think I've done enough talking for now, so let's get into the video.
Yo, what's up? I'm O. I'm 16 from LA, and this is how I make Ken Carson melodies using my Motion Analog Lab Bank, dropping Wednesday, December 3rd. Sorry for the no face cam today. I've genuinely tried recording this video 3 times today for the past like 5 days, and I'm really sick, and my face cam hasn't been working and just keeps corrupting. But yeah, for this loop I was trying to go for a beautiful, dark, more chaos type of vibe, like I Need You and Toxic. Yeah, let's get straight into it. So first I used this 2000s bib preset from my bank. Super simple. For the first 4 bars, I like to keep it really simple, and the last 4, I like to add more top line notes. And I layered that sound, like the same chord progression, on the Serum preset from Some Boys Bank. That's what that sounds like. Then next I added this lead from my bank, both on Baby lead. This is what it sounds like with no effects. Then this with effects. I added 2 Shaperbox presets, cushions, and a 1/2 gate. This halftime at around 50%, like 40%. I do that a lot in my loops. I'll add halftime to a sound and not put it at 100% volume, so you kind of get the best out of the halftime sound and the regular sound with no effect on it. And I use that a lot in my loops in general, and this is what that sounds like with no effects.
Welcome to Tone 2, welcome to Tone 2, welcome to Tone 2 Electra.
Yeah, and then I just added these effects, this Shaperbox, Space Chopper, and halftime at 53%. Next, I have this Luck preset for my boy Hiko's bank, and I just took the chord progression that I've been using and highlighted all to option A to arpeggiate it.
Yo, I'm gonna pass it to EQ and he's gonna go drum it.
Alright, so O just sent me this loop that he just cooked, and I'm gonna do some drums on it now. So I got the loop into FL, and now I'm just gonna put a pattern. So I time stretched the loop, and I'm just gonna turn up the trim knob to get rid of that little beginning. Starting off, I'm gonna just hover over this and then Control L, and then I'll put my loop into the mixer. And then from here, I'm just gonna start out with the simple EQ, because I'm gonna take out the low end to prepare for my own 808. And when I mix, I usually like to have these mixing benchmarks so I know where everything should be approximately, like as a measurement. Like as I play the loop, you could see on the sidebar here where the loudness goes up to. So I'm gonna turn it down a bit because I like to have my loop at -12 decibels approximately. And on my master, to put a soft clipper, just the bass preset, it should be fine. And then I'm gonna have the parametric EQ1, and then I'm just gonna turn the high up end by 4 decibels, and I'm gonna turn the mid end up by 4 as well. So this is a general preset I like to use on all my mixes, and it just instantly makes your shit better. Alright, so I got these sounds from our upcoming kit, Paradigm Shift Kit, and these are from the drum kit section specifically. We're working on melodics too and everything else, and the drums specifically, the kit's gonna be called Thermal. So yeah, we got these sounds though. And these are some sounds my bro Kenny has worked on. The kit's still in the works, but yeah, we're gonna have that ready for you guys soon. So I'm gonna start laying down a pattern here. I just did a pretty simple snare pattern here. I just like to have multiple different snares so that adds a little bit more bounce. So I'll put some snare counter areas. I'll have the snares in different positions and not always on the same spot of the grid every time, just to add some variation and some extra spice to the beat. And for these Ken beats, it's usually just like one-step hi-hat patterns with some variations and space in between. So I'm just gonna copy and paste that pattern over in the piano roll. Press Ctrl B. I'm just gonna copy this pattern over to my hi-hat as well. Second layer. And then really quick, I'm just gonna throw all these sounds in the mixer. And once again, it's Ctrl L, and as you can see, I can see all of these sounds labeled. I'm just gonna do it by ear, but typically I like to have my hi-hats together going at around 9. So negative 9 decibels. So that should be fun. And while we're at it, I'm just gonna do my snare too. I like to have it hitting at negative 3 decibels. And I like to have the counters hitting at negative 6. And I got my open hats, so this is like a sauce open hat here. And then this is gonna be the main one, so. This is kind of like a perk, some ear candy stuff, just to add some more spice to the beat. I don't really have a benchmark with the open hats, I just do it by ear, but I want to make this one a little bit louder so it's more present in my mix. Alright, so I got these two 808 sounds. One of these is from the Thermal kit that's going to be inside of our Paradigm Shift Suite. And we also got this Noah Megia 808. Shout out Noah Megia, absolute legend. And I'm about to just use both of these. So I'm just going to do a simple envelope where you turn everything down but put the hold all the way to the max. And I'm going to do the same exact thing with my sub. And I'm going to set both the cut itself mode so that the 808s don't clash with each other. And I have it's down, slayed down, but now I gotta get the notes matching to the bass of the loop though. And lower these a little bit because they're clipping. The 808 notes are kind of unclear to me right now, so I'm just gonna bring back the bass of the loop and try to match it with that. Alright, so it should... I'm gonna add these two notes up here just for some spice. And I like to do these little accent notes with the lower velocity so that it kind of cuts off and leaves and adds just a little bit more bounce to the beat. And I'm just gonna make all these notes go into each other like that by pressing Ctrl L. And now what I'm about to do is copy these notes from this 808 and just paste them onto the sub 808 so I can change the 808s out for a section. So so it's mad low. And I want to have it hopefully clipping at around 1.5 decibels, so over 0. That's about right. Alright, now I'm going to turn back on both 808s there, and then I'm going to split all of these by channel. Now I can just drag all these back in, but I'm going to section off these 808s, so I'm going to have this Noah 808 playing in the second half of the beat and keep original 808 playing in the first half. So and then it'll repeat this little section, and then for the final section I'm just gonna copy back over these drums. This is what our arrangement looks like now, but just some final touches. I'm gonna turn these back up. But yeah guys, I'm about to run through the final beat. Made this one pretty quickly, but it's still a banger, so this is the final product, guys.